Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having a great day. Today we have for you yoga for postnatal pelvic floor health. So it's specifically for women who have delivered a baby and now the pelvic floor is in need of recuperation and restoration. So we'll start with knees and palms on the floor on our all fours, and then we'll start with cat and cow, gentle. So depending on how you're feeling your lower back and pelvis, choose how much of an arch you want to give. Breathe through this movement. This is easy, opens up the lower back and the pelvis without causing any kind of excessive strain or stress. So that's why we are starting, because the pelvic floor muscles which support essential organs like the bladder, the uterus and bowel, they undergo considerable strain during pregnancy and childbirth. They become weakened and overstretched. So this can also lead to incontinence, chronic pain, and even in some severe cases pelvic organ prolapse. Now going back, opening up the knees, we'll go into balasana or child's pose. See, but yoga offers a very gentle and yet effective approach to restoring the pelvic floor health, because it not only helps in physical recovery, but by helping us gain control, have agency over our body, it also helps in emotional recovery. So stay there. Breathe. And now for a change, we'll keep one hand extended forward and the other one will just stretch under that arm onto the other side, allowing for a very gentle twist. Now you're still on the ground, so pay attention of how you feel and choose how much of a stretch you would like to experience. Feel free to pull your hand out if this is difficult, uncomfortable or painful. Since this is about helping and restoring health, there is no need for excessive forced movements. Coming back to the center, to child's pose, taking breaths, centering ourselves, grounding ourselves in the moment with our intention, with what our goal is when we started this practice today. The pelvic floor actually, it's very important in maintaining continence, our ability to go for urination and supporting the pelvic organs. We'll repeat the same stretch on the other side. And during pregnancy, these muscles are subjected to increased pressure because of the growing uterus. And the weakening and damage of the pelvic floor leads to several challenges postpartum. And once the physical challenges happen, then emotional and mental issues are just around the corner. So it's important that you start addressing it the moment you are able to. Again, coming back to the center, extending forward in child's pose, slow, controlled, deliberate movements. making sure that we are taking care of our body. So we have just given birth, we have just created life in our body, and it's time that we start a process of not just taking care of the new life, which is our responsibility, but also for ourselves. So gently starting the recuperation and healing process. Coming back up. Now just sit cross-legged, ease and efficacy. That's our goal. Simple. No complicated movements. Whatever you can do with ease. And it has to have efficacy. It has to have functionality. Now we'll sit, legs stretched out in front. Just take a gentle partial forward bend, allowing your hand to find a place that's comfortable for your hips and back without straining. In fact, pelvic floor rehab is one of the most prioritized aspects in postnatal care. Because the moment pelvic floor issues start happening, women may start having urinary incontinence, a sense of heaviness in the pelvic area. Breathing is one of the core things here, so make sure that you are breathing, because it encourages the engagement and release of the pelvic floor muscles. Again, we'll move forward a bit more, only if our body allows. Taking this time to take care of yourself can also be very helpful, because postpartum can be very overwhelming. Looking after a new life and the physical demands of caring for a newborn can be extremely exhausting. So sitting cross-legged, now we'll slowly stretch forward in the direction of one knee. So again, we are going towards one direction. It is not the normal stretch where we just stretch our hands out forward in front of us for a forward bend, but rather it's towards a knee as we take a one-sided stretch, a one-sided bend towards the knee. Coming back, then we'll repeat it on the other side, going towards the other knee. The idea is to aid physical recovery by engaging the pelvic floor muscles, and on the same hand, reducing any kind of additional tension, engaged in a relaxed way. And of course, taking time out to take care of our body goes a long way in helping us manage the emotional stress along with the physical demands of taking care of a newborn. It helps a lot in reducing the effects of postpartum depression as well. Taking a few moments to just sit and center ourselves. Before we go on and repeat those movements. Now, these are gentle movements that encourage a gradual re engagement of the core and pelvic floor muscles. Because after childbirth, it's pretty common for us women to experience a disconnection with these areas. It could be due to the physical trauma, also, it could be because of the physical changes that pregnancy brings with us. So, with mindfulness, with breathing, with a simple and effective routine, yoga helps to re establish this connection, allowing us to regain control over these muscles and gradually build strength. Again, every movement simple and effective. Always take into account what your body is allowing yourself to do without pushing too hard too soon. Less is more. It's more important to be regular, to make this a part of your life rather than to do excessively 1 or 2 days and then create more issues. Again, taking some time to get grounded, get seated. Now we'll open up our feet in front, knees bent, and there you can see there's a considerable gap. And then gently I'll bend my knees to one side, maintaining that gap. Again, simple, let's say, movements that emphasize alignment and stabilization. So, controlled engagement and gentle stretching of the abdominal muscles are also important. Now, this bend again will take on both sides. Also, when these movements you're doing, perform them mindfully, paying attention how your body feels. So you yourself will be able to ensure that the muscles are activated without being overworked. We'll repeat it again. Mindful movements where you yourself re-establish a connection with those parts of your body, with the pelvic floor. Moving on to the other. These movements are also important to improve circulation to the pelvic region, because enhanced blood flow is crucial when it comes to delivering oxygen and nutrients to the pelvic floor tissues. And that is how we can promote healing and reduce inflammation as well. Again, extending our legs straight out in front, just a gentle partial bend. Use this time to deliberately check in with yourself, how you are feeling, how is your body feeling. Now we'll cross one leg and then the other one over so that the knees are on top of each other. And we'll just sit, just allowing a gentle engagement of the abs and the pelvic floor. Please be mindful, keep it simple for yourself. The key word here is allowing your body, not forcing, not pushing. And depending on when you're starting these post your delivery, you can choose to stay here, reduce the stretch, or you can take it a bit further, turning to one side. Staying there only as long as you need to or you feel like in this moment. Because these poses will gently open the hips and encourage pelvic mobility as well. And this will facilitate the increased circulation. Again, crossing and uncrossing the legs, we will repeat it with the other leg on top. Staying here in this pose. Making sure that you breathe, engage your body, be mindful and pay attention. This is where you start becoming aware of your body again as a woman. Now that you have your baby, this is the time of becoming aware of yourself as a person once again. Take this time, allow your body, allow yourself to focus on self-care. Again, you can see we're taking a twist onto the other side. So it's possible that you might not be able to do as well as you used to do before, perhaps before having a baby, before conceiving. Bodies change and sometimes it can get difficult, but please remember at that time to have self-compassion. You just created new life. Your body is bound to change. What we see online and what in real life, how women's bodies are completely different. So take time and progress at your pace. It's important that you do better a little bit every day instead of falling to this fake idea of bouncing back quickly where you're unable to prioritize well-being or your recovery. Joining feet together, we'll bring them back to our pelvis and just take this time to sit, opening up again the hips, inner thighs, lower back. Again, slowing down, and it's important when it comes to postnatal recovery that you focus on self-care and you need to find a way to cultivate slowly inner peace. Because postpartum depression, excessive anxiety are something that come along the way. Also, hormones keep changing, so it can be a very, very difficult ride for some. So being aware of that and being kind to yourself is important. We'll repeat this twice on each side, but feel free to do only what your body permits. If you feel uncomfortable, you can stop here, or you can go back to the place which movements that are easier for you, and you can do that. And to actually see a lot of, let's say, healing when it comes to your pelvic floor, consistency is key. So even though this routine is more about 20 minutes or so, feel free to just do perhaps 5 minutes of it or perhaps 10 minutes of it, but consistency is key. Even if it's for a few minutes a day, try to incorporate yoga in some part, even if it's a few minutes. Gradually, you'll be able to build strength and flexibility. So our goals here are to recuperate, improve circulation, restore strength, and reduce stress. All of which this will contribute to the recovery of the pelvic floor muscle. And by being mindful, taking time to be deliberately kind and self-compassionate towards yourself, you'll be able to progress, you'll be able to perhaps not get affected by postpartum depression and anxiety as much as other people. You have to take steps to look after yourself. Now, this routine was specifically to take care of the pelvic floor muscles post delivery. Feel free to leave your comments how you found the video. Try to make it a regular part of your routine. And thank you so much for being here, for watching. To each and every one, I'm so happy and grateful to have you here. I hope you all have a wonderful day ahead. Thank you so much. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel.